Welcome back to 1991 Review, and we're at the end of episode 160 of the series Battle Through the Heavens. After an emotional reunion with his two elder brothers, Xiao Ding and Xiao Li, Xiao Yan wasted no time in revealing the full story of his ancestor, Xiao Xian. Upon hearing it, both brothers fell silent, their hearts filled with a mix of pride and sorrow. The conversation took place in a solemn yet warm atmosphere, forging a deep family bond that time and distance couldn't erase. Once everything was clear, Xiao Yan immediately got to work, refining an 8th grade medicinal pill for Xiao Xiao. In the process, he didn't forget to discipline a few arrogant members of the pill hall who dared to show disrespect, demonstrating the power of a young pill sovereign and earning the respect of everyone present. Time flew by, and soon a magnificent spatial portal appeared before them. Xiao Yan, along with his closest companions, stood before the wormhole, ready for a new journey. Seeing this awe-inspiring structure, Xiao Ding and Xiao Li couldn't help but stare in amazement, witnessing a marvelous space for the first time. The goodbyes were said, filled with both joy and a hint of reluctance. Xiao Yan, Kai Lin, Xiao Xiao, along with the Skyfire Venerable and others, boarded the spatial ship. Their figures gradually merged into the wormhole's light and vanished. The grand scene slowly faded, leaving a sense of absolute trust in their younger brother in the hearts of Xiao Ding and Xiao Li. Upon returning to the Starfall Pavilion, the Wind Venerable personally came out to greet them. His eyes settled on the adorable little Xiao Xiao, who was hiding behind Xiao Yan. A gentle smile formed on his lips as he spoke with a tone of surprise. This little girl's soul power is truly formidable. She possesses a fire attribute, and her body even contains a rare trace of wood energy. She has all the makings of an excellent alchemist. Hearing the Wind Venerable's astonishingly accurate assessment, Xiao Yan simply smiled and nodded, feeling a sense of relief. His master was always the one who understood things best. Before Xiao Yan could say a word, the Wind Venerable eagerly asked, "How about it? Let me mentor Xiao Xiao from now on." Seeing his master's impatient manner, Xiao Yan chuckled softly and nodded. This was precisely his main goal in bringing Xiao Xiao here. Having gotten his wish, the Wind Venerable laughed heartily and said, "The little one must be tired from traveling with you for so long. Let her rest first. We'll figure things out later." Kai Lin, understanding the hint, gently led Xiao Xiao away, leaving the space for the master and disciple. The moment they were alone, the smile on the Wind Venerable's face grew serious. "Boy, your return this time was truly beyond my expectations. However, there's some bad news. The Soul Palace is making strange moves. They're launching attacks in many places, as if they're searching for something." As soon as the Wind Venerable finished speaking, Xiao Yan's hand clenched into a tight fist. The Soul Palace! That name was always a source of haunting memories and an unyielding grudge. Next, the two masters and disciples discussed an equally important topic: the purifying demonic lotus flame. According to the Wind Venerable, they had already collected 3 fragments of the ancient map. So on this next journey, the 4th fragment must be found at all costs. Xiao Yan nodded resolutely, his eyes burning with determination. The two continued their discussion, letting time slip by. Before long, the day of departure arrived. This time, only Xiao Yan, Kai Lin, the little fairy doctor, and the Wind Venerable will be traveling together. After their final goodbyes, the 4 of them took to the sky, their incredible speed causing them to disappear from sight in the blink of an eye. Time passed again, and the scene shifted to the largest trade fair in the Central Plains. This was a strange land, shrouded in darkness, built with a style of small towers that housed the most powerful forces. The scene was grand and mysterious. After a period of silence, each tower began to light up, and countless powerful figures from major factions gradually emerged. Cheers and greetings rang out, signaling that the Central Plains' largest auction was about to begin. Inside a small tower, Xiao Yan and his group sat, intently watching the central stage. Nearby, from other towers, countless probing eyes were fixed on them. Finally, an old man appeared at the center, officially opening the grand event. Seeing him, the Wind Venerable immediately explained to Xiao Yan, "That man is the Precious Mountain Elder. His cultivation has reached the peak of the 9 revolving Do Zun." Hearing this, Xiao Yan and the others were taken aback. The Precious Mountain Elder stood at the center and spoke in a booming voice. "Everyone, it's been a long time. All who are here have arrived. So let's cut to the chase and begin the auction. The first item in the spatial trade fair is the Demon Phoenix wings." As soon as his words fell, a spatial rift opened, and a pair of shimmering wings slowly appeared. Xiao Yan was stunned. These wings were all too familiar. He murmured, "It seems the Heavenly Demon Phoenix tribe has also faced considerable trouble." Before his thoughts could finish, the auctioneer introduced the item's function and its starting price, 1 8th grade medicinal pill. After a moment of silence, a 6-star Do Zun quickly made a bid and won the item. The second treasure to appear was a diamond glazed body, a low-level heaven-grade Do skill. which immediately piqued Xiao Yan's interest. All around, many other experts were also tempted, and a lively bidding war began. In the end, another masked person was successful. After that, many other precious treasures were presented, each either a rare artifact or a rare cultivation technique. However, none of them were enough to make Xiao Yan bid. It was only much later that he saw an item that attracted him. He didn't know the details, but he believed it would suit Kai Lin. When the item came into his possession, he immediately gave it to her. As a drop of Kai Lin's blood fell onto it, a 7-colored light burst forth, confirming their connection. Kai Lin carefully put away, her eyes glancing at Xiao Yan with a hint of indifference, but her heart was filled with warmth. The auctioneer continued with another item, this time captivating the attention of all 4 members of the group. The Heavenly Dark Poison Scripture, a cultivation technique left behind by a Dou saint, perfectly suited for the little fairy doctor. Xiao Yan won it without any difficulty. He took the item and, after a quick glance, handed it to the little fairy doctor. She took it, her eyes showing deep gratitude. Afterward, the auction continued. Suddenly, the auctioneer paused, his voice becoming more solemn. Attention, everyone. We will now begin the bidding for the second item in the final round of today's auction. He waved his hand, and a small map fragment appeared in his palm. The Wind Venerable and Xiao Yan were both startled. Everyone's eyes simultaneously turned to the center, where the auctioneer held the fragment, which was related to the purifying demonic lotus flame. The auctioneer began to explain. To acquire this item, one would need a minimum of an 8th-grade medicinal pill that had undergone 6-colored pill lightning refinement. As soon as the starting price was announced, the place became lively. Bidding began immediately, and the situation intensified when someone was willing to spend 5 8th-grade medicinal pills to get it. Seeing so many people interested in the map fragment, Xiao Yan frowned slightly and asked softly, "What should we do now?" The Wind Venerable calmly shook his head. "Wait a little longer. No need to be hasty." Just as the price of 5 7th-grade medicinal pills with 7-color pill lightning seemed to be the highest, a clear voice boomed out, 8 pills. Xiao Yan felt a sense of relief. The Wind Venerable had made his move. The previous bidder snorted coldly. After a moment's hesitation, he gritted his teeth and shouted, "1 8th-grade medicinal pill with 8-colored pill lightning." The hall erupted in a buzz, as this was clearly unexpected. In response, the Wind Venerable calmly bid 3 pills. The hall fell into silence. Seeing that the man was no longer bidding, Xiao Yan was about to sigh in relief when his master's voice reached his ears. "Don't be happy too soon." Just as his master's words faded, the opponent bid again, 5 pills. The Wind Venerable's eyes darkened. A killing intent flashed in Xiao Yan's eyes. He looked in the direction of the voice, seeing a mysterious man with a beautiful girl on each arm. Suddenly, a soul attack, like a sound wave, spread out and attacked their group. Unfortunately, the Wind Venerable made his move with a simple wave of his hand, and the attack instantly shattered into dust. Afterward, everyone's gaze turned cold as they looked at the man. After this clash, the Wind Venerable muttered, "This person's strength is very high. Be careful. He has already stepped into the half-saint realm." He then loudly bid 8 pills. The auctioneer smiled and said, "This friend has bid 8 8th-grade medicinal pills with 8-colored pill lightning. Does anyone have a higher price?" The mysterious voice boomed once more. 1 8th-grade medicinal pill with 9-colored pill lightning. If you can bid higher, the map fragment is yours. Xiao Yan anxiously looked at the Wind Venerable, but his master shook his head. "The commotion at this auction is too great. I also have a guess about his identity. He was my opponent back in the day. It's a good time to settle some old scores." As he spoke, he looked at the other side and saw the mysterious man stroking a small creature before quickly flying toward the auctioneer. Taking it, the auctioneer shouted joyfully, "Friend, the deal is done. This map fragment is yours." When the map fragment fell into the hands of the mysterious man, Xiao Yan clenched his fist and a cold glint flashed in his eyes. After the transaction was completed, the precious mountain elder smiled, his gaze sweeping the hall. "Next, I have a piece of intelligence, but because of the bid earth shattering, I'm announcing it at the very end like this." Hearing his words, those present frowned, looking at him with some confusion. What kind of intelligence is so important that the precious mountain elder takes it so seriously? Sensing the doubt in everyone's eyes, he just smiled. Then, he slowly spoke, his voice echoing throughout the great hall with an unusual tone. "The Bodhi Ancient Tree, a legendary item that can help a person instantly become a saint. After 10,000 years, it has finally reappeared." As the precious mountain elder's words ended, the entire hall erupted in an uproar. Some experts even jumped to their feet, unable to contain the shock in their hearts. The Bodhi Ancient Tree. If the Dou-Chi continent had a ranking of natural treasures, it would definitely be in the top 3. While Xiao Yan was still in shock, the The Wind Venerable sighed heavily and slowly said, I didn't expect it to be the Bodhi ancient tree. The Precious Mountain Elder then continued with a smile. According to the information I received, the location of the Bodhi ancient tree's emergence is the Manghuang ancient region, on the northeastern border of the Central Plains. At these words, many gasps were heard throughout the hall. The experts who had previously stood up now hesitated and sat back down, for this was a notorious and dangerous place. So, what will Xiao Yan and the others do next? What will happen in the confrontation with the mysterious enemy and the journey to find the purifying demonic lotus flame? All of this will be answered in episode 161. Tune in to the 1991 Review channel to find out more. Goodbye and see you next time.